Good morning.
Good.
Welcome. Welcome to our 7th week. Wow. That went fast. Julia, could you bring your camera down a little more so Olivia, I'm sorry. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Beautiful. So welcome everyone. Great to see you. This is Lionsgate today. It's a day that many people do rituals. There's some going on, very potent rituals while meeting today. And so I just want to name that Lionsgate is seen as a time to bring in new realities, really energize realities. It's a time to open new paths, to clear energies. So we want to use the potency of this day for ourselves as we work.
What tradition does Lionsgate connect to? Is that reference moon cycles or stars, or?
It's reference to the on August 8th every year, our planet lines up with the star Sirius, and what was the other one? Anyway, the galactic center is lining up with the star Sirius, so it brings that influence in real strongly. So
Okay.
I don't know what tradition. I know that Meg Benedicte always celebrates Lionsgate and some others. Do any of you know more about it?
Well, it also lines up with the pyramid. So it's like it connects to the pyramid, and then there's Stonehenge. It's a whole portal that allows for more light to come in, and it starts on the 28th of July and it goes to August 12th. But the 8th is the day that you really open up to say, I'm available, I'm available, bring me whatever I need in terms of my light and, or my, let me hear, let me see, whatever. But yeah, it's a portal day where you can really just say, I'm here, let me receive. Yeah.
Yay. Great. Thank you. So let's do that. Let's stand up. I was thinking of doing the cleansing breath, and that's a good one for I'm here. So stand aware you could move your arms without hitting candles and such. All right. So let's cleanse first. So we start with that bellows breath. Rub your hands. Bring up life force, bring up earth energy, kundalini, right up through the chakras. Use your hands. Relax your shoulders all the way up, out the crown. Put your hands in a pyramid shape and bring your light down. Once again, bring up earth energy, kundalini, life force, right up through the core, out the crown. Reach into the light of your being. Fingers in a pyramid. Bring your light down right through the core. Jiggle it into your body. And once more, full breath up, shoulders relaxed. Bring up kundalini, life force, all the way up through the chakras, out the crown. Fingers into a pyramid. Bring your light down. And this time we're going to do the cleansing breath. So it's going to be instead of the pyramid. Okay, let's build a little more breath. Bringing up earth energy, kundalini, all the way up through the core, all the way up out the crown. Reach into your light, bring it down. Ha! Yeah, cleansing, purifying. Breathing up, bringing up kundalini, life force, all the way up through the core, into your being. Reach into your light, bring it down. Ha! And once more, breathing all the way up through the core, all the way up through the chakras, out the crown, reach into your light, bring it down. Ha! Shake out. Ha!
You can come here.
And this is the victory pose. So let's do the victory pose and go, okay, Lionsgate, I'm here. I'm here. Bring in all goodness, bring in success, bring in consciousness, bring in light, you name whatever you wish, calling it into yourself. I'm breathing it in. Financial solvency, wondrous financial success, magnificent people to work with, books published, success on the marketplace, and great joy, great love, great light. Bring it all the way in. Yes, universe, yes, I'm a yes. And just bring that in, bless yourself. Rub it into your body, yeah. Now rub the success into my body. Come to your seats. Woo. That feels pretty potent, huh?
Yeah.
Let's just take a moment to ground and center. Go right into the core of your body. Arriving in the heart of now. Breathing in all those qualities and characteristics you've called into yourself. Give yourself permission to receive. I grant myself full permission for absolute success, fulfillment. Radiant offerings to the world and radiant offerings coming back to me. Calling in your light, let it spiral down the center. Inviting it to align your heart with the heart of Source, the heart of Earth through your deep grounding, maybe refresh your grounding. Aligning the heart of your heart with the heart of all that is, heart of the universe, heart of your being, heart of Earth, heart of now. And inviting your radiant guides and angels to recalibrate all your energies to current time. Bring all of you right into current time. 8/8/23. Receiving the blessings of this open portal. And bless yourself. Coming back to the circle. If you want to add these feelings to your anchor, add them to your anchor. Keep building up potent experiences of being in your light. So it's there when you want to fire your anchor. Hey. Welcome. Let's check in. What's alive for you? What's happening with your passions, wins, or challenges? Who would like to begin? Marie?
Hi, everyone. Good to be here. I'm going to miss this group later on. So I'm sure it has a lot to do with this work, but I'm feeling stronger and clearer and reading more powerful than I ever have before. I'm looking forward to doing marketing, which I've never done. Although I must admit, Evelina, a few weeks ago, when you mentioned all the different ways that you do marketing and everything you do, that overwhelmed me. And I kind of shut down a little bit and thought, I can't do all that. I can't do that. That's huge. You're amazing. What you do is amazing. So I just want to say that. And then I had to stop and say, okay, just take one thing at a time.
Yes.
Work with Genevieve and just talk to her, see what she suggests, and just do one thing. You're not going to do it all at the same time. So that did calm me down. And I'm feeling okay about that now. I'm playing with different backgrounds. You see right now I have a bouquet of flowers. I'm trying that out. It might be a little distracting. We'll see. I'm just going to keep trying different things until I find the one that works for me. I've started, I joined this wise woman circle. I've only been there twice, and now they're inviting me to lead it. I started, it's once a month so far, and I came and said, we need to do some sort of meditation at the beginning. We need to make this circle. It was sort of like a coffee clutch when I got there, and that's not what I'm interested in. And so they said, yeah. So I did the meditation that you showed us, ya, ra, ra, all the way up. I had them do that one. They loved it. And they said, would you lead the group? And would you bring in more meditations for us? And what work do you do? And how do we get in touch with you? So it was quite amazing. And I thank you for that, because you actually introduced me to the woman who introduced me to the group. Just so you know that connect.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So I'm just feeling really good right now. It's the best I can say. Thank you, everyone. And I'd love sparkles.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yay.
Mhm.
Success. So I do have the clock back. So if you watch my square, you'll see the clock. And if it disappears, it means time's up. Who's next?
Oh, let me get the ducks out of here. Go on, go get him, go. Go. Come on, Bella, out.
So
Sorry.
and who's next? Brooke.
Hello, everyone. I am doing a lot better after that huge purge from last week. I feel like I shed like a ton.
Mhm.
And it kind of led me towards a lot of things that opened over the weekend. What's kind of been in the forefront of my reality has been this creation of Find Your Fire, which again is this it's a creation for, it's kind of what I've been realizing this week, which is kind of weird to me, but like funny too. It's like a mystery school for soccer, and realizing all the different aspects of how soccer relates to all these principles in life, and being able to cultivate the fire that is within each individual to overcome whatever boundary or challenge that they're encountering. So there's been some things that have been shifting in that regard and rearranging, and that's been really exciting. And then my other creation, or it's called Organized Chaos. I've been in a lot of chaos lately, and I think it's been trying to attune me to being able to be the calm within the storm, knowing that like nature is chaotic, yet it's in perfect order, and realizing that like I think like as we wake up, our mind needs to kind of slow down, and it tries to take control. And so I'm starting to practice more so in the moment, showing up and realizing I don't need to hold on to things in case I'm going to forget them or whatever it may be. So there's been a deeper layer of trust, and really allowing the just this theme of like the lunar moth, of like this fragile, sensitive, brilliant creature coming out and shining its light. So I'm just continuing to follow that path, and I feel really good about it. So thank you.
Mhm. Beautiful.
And I'll take some.
Ah.
Thank you.
Mhm. Amazing how good cries make room. Right, who's next? Juliet?
Well, Sunday, my friends have an EES system in there in Black Mountain. And so anyway, I did a 2-hour session. I did crystal bowls for the first hour, and the second hour I did Lotus of Life, activations on star points, and then used the harp, I have an auto harp that's tuned to the Lotus of Life, which is sacred geometry. And here, I'll just show it to you so you can see what it looks like, because I think that'd be cool. All right. So this is a Vesica Pisces, and this is also a Vesica Pisces, and it has a huge amount of power in it. And a woman, Carol Fitzpatrick, downloaded the information from when she was in Mexico, and they started doing ley line work. And in fact, we did ley line work with in Fredericksburg, Virginia, on the ley lines for the Civil War. But anyway, it went really well. It was completely booked. And I did activations, and then, got messages or whatever, but I wasn't really in the space to do that. I said a few things because it was in the EES, you want people to be in their space, not sharing anything other people. But it was a really good opening, and the thing that I really like to address, we don't have to, but I'm just going to bring this up and you can talk about it, is like this morning, I think that my body, I'm doing so many activations. I listened to so many activations. And this morning I was like, I got to go for a walk. I got to go for a walk. And then part of me is like I felt really sad. And then it was like, I laid down and I realized I was just really tired. And I'd like you talk a little bit about the balance between pushing yourself to make sure you keep going and knowing that you're super tired and it's okay to stop. So you don't have to talk about this now, but if you could address that today, because that's really, I was really sad. And I think I was sad because I wasn't listening, and my body was like, I'm tired. And I'm like, I'm going to go for a walk. So anyway, I would love sparkles.
Beautiful.
Right. Thank you.
Mm.
Thanks.
And who's next? Olivia?
Hello, everyone. What's alive for me is being in the thick of a storm and for once finding a center of acceptance and surrender. And it made me kind of like go deeper into my emotions and how, my emotions then build certain chemicals in my body, and my body starts to react a certain way, and then I start to think a certain way, and then goes down the rabbit hole with that whole thing. And I had a moment of clarity yesterday morning during my meditation. So I did do a meditation with Archangel Metatron. There was a lot of grief, a lot of sorrow that came up. And still the theme is anger, which I'm still moving through, because as I was shown, my grief is inward anger towards myself.
Mm.
And so, discovering a lot. Anyway, I'm catching myself at doing certain things. So what's exciting for me right now is I'm able to, in the moment, in any conversation or any exchange, to be able to see a pattern or behavior that comes up of myself and to stop it in that moment and to make another choice versus allowing it to take me down a road, and to really be very conscientious and very conscious in the moment. It's like, ooh, yes, I see the fork in the road, I choose this versus that, and being good with that. So yeah, that's basically sums up for what's with me. And I still feel like I'm in a cocoon trying to get out. And I'll take Sparkle's place.
Mm.
Thank you.
Mm. Mm. Beautiful shifts you're making. Yeah. And who's next? Yvonne?
Yeah, it's been an interesting week. First of all, Brooke, I have to say, when I was starting my spiritual process, soccer was like in the midst of all of it. And it was always like you being present, whether you're playing or you watch it, it's like you being totally present there. And it was an interesting thing. For the first 2 years, it was only about soccer. It's been an interesting week. There's something that sank in within me. Usually my car is like making strange noises, which is like freaks me out that it's gonna be the transmission or something like that. And some issues with an asset that I have in Israel. And usually I would freak out about these kind of things and say, okay, I need, it will like reflect some kind of a lack, fear within me. And I noticed that this time, this was not happening. There's just a place of acceptance. And let's see what the adventure is going to be. Let's see how the existence is going to take care of me. So I'm poking this place, and every now and then I still find pockets of fear, which is like within my belly, which are erupting. But in general, I don't know, something is shifting. So I'll be happily take Sparkles.
Yay for shifts. Mm.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Well, I guess to sum it up, I've had a really joyful time, and that was very freeing. I listened to my sharing from last week. I notice I say a lot when I speak. So this is actually, since talking about soccer and stuff, this is a friendship bracelet from a gathering at pickleball, and today is National Pickleball Day. So when you mentioned Lionsgate, I thought, boy, I'm really focused differently now. 'Cause I'm like, yeah, I'm doing all this texting, National Pickleball Day, and I played last night and I'm gonna play tonight. And it's wonderfully, joyfully, the word comes up, irrelevant, based on who I used to be and how I used to have such meaning, and I was out to save the world. And it was just, I mean, my life was, it's raised, if you're familiar with Unitarian Universalism, it's a religion very much about social action and being present in the world. And, so I just, and my parents were, did a lot, social justice, racial equality and all. And it's taken me a while to just have permission to just have joy. And I know that my having joy helps other people, and that it helps the world more. And the biggest thing for me is I've finished, this is chapter 23 in my book, I Will Go Gently. It's the end of the memoir section. So that was my dad dying, because that's the ultimate, because he was amazing. I think I mentioned he had his 100th birthday as a memorial service, and then died peacefully, naturally, and in good health a month later. But still, I miss him terribly. And I finally finished that chapter, and now I've got 3 more to finish the book. So I am close. It's very good. Very good. So I'll take sparkles.
Hmm. Yay.
Oh, and I also, I have peaches and blueberries that I picked. So I have an abundance of life around me.
Beautiful. Can you send them through the ethers? Oh, those are tasty. Yay. Oh, I closed the clock before I did mine. Oh, well. So I've been really focused on getting well from this, whatever this thing is. I had a phenomenal reading with Marie on Saturday. She's been doing medical intuitive readings for me off and on over many years. And you're right, your work has gone to a new level. I felt it. Yeah. And it gave me a lot of clues, and I'm way better. Today I feel almost clear, and I actually had 8 hours of sleep. And partly because the choice you were talking about, Juliet, is the one I made last night of, I should go for a walk. I should go to this gathering. I'm so exhausted. And so thank goodness there was a tornado warning. So we all called off the gathering, and I laid in the porch swing and slept for 2 hours at 7 o'clock at night. And I find I keep having that choice of, do I go for the next thing, that next activation, the next opening, or do I wait and rest and integrate? And I'm taking Friday to integrate. So it's such a balance. And my Tantra cohort is this weekend. I had made a very fancy plan that would take another 5, 6, 7, 8 hours to develop. And I called the other person who teaches, and I said, would you teach that piece so that I get my rest? So I do think that's a lot of our choices as we expand, is how to expand in a conscious way and take time for who we are, take time to integrate. Otherwise, we just get too strung out. So I'll take your sparkles and your loving. Ah. Thank you. What a gift we give each other.
And can I ask you a question regarding that? Because
Mhm.
so I go to bed at night and I go to sleep and I'm sleeping much better, right? But when I wake up, I start doing activations on, like I'll do an activation, another activation or something, like, so every time I do that, I'm doing more work on my body. So like I guess I don't realize, maybe I'm not understanding what that's doing to me. Like that's requiring more time to integrate. And I just keep adding things. And maybe that's what I hear you saying, is that it's like all of those things add more. I mean, it's not that if you do that, it's going to do something to you. And I just think I should do it. And and everything's, but I'm like tired, but I think maybe I might be doing too many.
Mhm. If you're asking that question, I'll bet you are.
Okay. Yeah.
And if you're tired, that's a sign that your body is saying, can we just pause here?
Okay.
Just pause. And sometimes a
Mhm.
15-minute nap is all it takes.
Well, I do. I laid down this morning when I decided not to go. I slept solidly for 45 minutes, like gone, like on another planet.
Mhm.
And then I felt much better. And I was like, okay, I did the right thing. I was really, really, really tired and I didn't walk. Right. I didn't keep pushing. Yeah.
You did the right thing. Yep.
Okay. So it's more of that. So if your body's reacting like you feel really sad, that might be a signal that your body's saying, you're pushing me, you're pushing me. Okay. That's what I'm going to start looking at then. Thank you very much. Very helpful.
And you can ask your body, what's the sadness about?
Okay.
What do you need? I think we can tend to get to where we just kind of run the body around,
Mhm.
and we want to partner with it
Mhm.
so that it has a chance to integrate, because when it doesn't, something will act up.
Trust me. Yep.
You're
I know. All
Yeah.
right. That was good. Thank you.
welcome. Jano?
I think Marie actually had her hand up first.
Go ahead, that's okay.
Okay, I just, what I've done is I've made myself a circle and it's equal. So my mind's here, my body, my spirit, my emotions, relationships, and my body's in charge of my body. And that's why I move all the time. Because, what I found is my mind used to, especially in the education system, okay, sit and learn. And, my body always, and this is just my body, but my body wants to move all the time. And then suddenly it's like, I'm out. And then I'm active. And so it's just, and I have what I call as a hedonist diet, because I find eating is very focused. And so I eat everything that makes me feel good. But that's from my body's perspective. So I just highly recommend letting the body be in charge of the body.
Mhm. Mhm.
And in this culture, it's very hard because we tend to have the mind dominant. So anyway, just wanted to share that. And also to explain why I'm moving all the time. As I say, my body's never, sitting is not actually that physically natural for the body. So
Mhm.
they say, so that's why I move.
Thank you. Marie?
Yeah, so part of the teaching I do and the work I do with intuition medicine is your body has a voice. And sometimes we forget to ask the body voice what it needs. And sometimes all you have to do is ask that body voice, go up into your intuition and ask your body, what do you need right now? And it'll tell you clearly, either it's going to be sleep or move or food, or, you could even ask it, is what I hold in my hand, is this good for me? and you will get an intuitive hit
Mhm.
instantly, yes or no. Your body has a voice, and a lot of us forget to talk to that voice.
And keeping the body happy is what makes the vessel work for the rest of us. Yeah. So I muscle test almost everything I eat. I muscle test my vitamins, because that's a way the body can express itself.
Can you
Great.
talk just a little bit, Evelina, the muscle testing? Like, what does that look like?
It's what I suggest is if you want to do it, you talk to your body and you say, I want to create a communication system with you. And so you take my version, you've done it in chiropractic's office, this, whether you're strong or weak, because something that's good for you makes your muscles strong. Something that's not good for you makes them weak. And so I like to make a circle with one hand and a circle with the other. And then I ask my body, give me a really strong yes. And I can just not even break that when it's a strong yes. Give me a really clear no, and I can't hold it. So over time, if you work with your body, it can make them that clear. Zoom has a way of throwing these boxes up in front of me. And so you can start with things like, is my name John? No. And then your real name. Start with things that there's a clear yes and no, and then you can grow that capacity. And sometimes I'll get kind of not quite a no, not a yes. That's a maybe. But over time, when people do it, you can build a clear yes and no. Some people do it like this in various ways. I have a friend who can do it down on her side when nobody sees while she's checking everything out. I'll do it in a restaurant. Which of these meals do you want, body? Is that helpful?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to talk a little more about networking. This is also different information about marketing, but I think you're wise, Maria. I think you take one or two of the ideas and develop them, and then you've got the videos. You can come back and pick up more. So marketing wants to be purpose-driven. So think about why you're marketing. Is it drawing clients? Are you marketing to build your list? To become a person of value in the world, someone taken seriously for what you offer? Are you marketing to create your brand or energize your brand? And when I'm in a marketing mode, when I'm really working to fill an event or my sessions, I want to use every opportunity for marketing. So I'd go to a party and I would wear something with a pocket, and I would put my cards in the pocket and just watch for an opportunity to talk to someone, happen to bring up something about my work, not like an ad. Just when I was channeling the other day, something came up that was really interesting. Oh, you channel? Tell me about it. You see, so I just kind of drop a little seed, and if they don't pick up on it, then I don't talk about it. But I've handed out a lot of cards just at parties and gatherings that are something people follow up with because they get to meet you. In many ways, your presence is your greatest gift. That's what draws people to you. Whenever you're talking with people, you want to also find out things about them, what they offer. If you go to a networking event and you talk to someone, listen, really listen to what people say. So it's listening and gathering information. One marketing person says, ask at least 3 questions about their business. Because you're trying to see if there's some kind of collaboration that can happen. And once you've asked people about their business or their concerns, then you can speak to that when you speak about yourself. So you can ask what they would like from you. And there's this collaboration, this power partner thing that can happen of, what are you looking for? Oh, I can refer people for that. Let me tell you what I'm looking for. And so it's kind of like, what can I do for you? And then what you can do for me. And always, when you're networking, try to get people's cards and ask permission to put them on your email list, because we're supposed to have permission. So how many of you have a 30-second pitch? This 1, 2, maybe? Maybe? Juliet, you're talking, I can't hear you because you're muted.
Yeah. I mean, I did, but because I stopped doing my practice, I'm not really focusing on that, but yeah.
So those of you who are marketing, you want to find a 30-second pitch that describes exactly what you do. So if they only hear those 30 seconds, they're in. And it's really worth practicing. And I would suggest you practice with each other. Anyone here want to practice with people on your 30-second pitch?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so look around and you could call each other and just call, say, I'm going to do a call about your work. And you call and say, I'd love to hear what you do. And you do your 30 seconds. So we all know attention span is really shortened. So 30-second pitch is what you do at a networking event. But also when people call, you may have 30 seconds to a minute to really capture their attention. So you want to really use that time well and not say, well, all my sessions are different and it really depends on the person. You've already lost them. You want to say what's at the heart of what you do. And the more you practice it, the more you're ready to do that. So how many of you do networking events where you can go and talk about your work? Nope. And we don't need to talk about that unless you want me to.
Well, every event is a networking event,
That's right.
but yeah, not specific ones.
Okay. So if you're doing a networking event, do you want me to share this or not?
Yeah, no, yeah.
No, yeah?
Yes, please. And maybe how do we get to network events as well?
Okay. I would imagine that if you look up on Facebook or Instagram, Facebook especially, networking, or you look up on Google, what are the networking events near me? And things, you want to find those that share interest with you. Like there's one that was around here that was holistic and alternative professionals. That was the perfect one. Unfortunately, COVID stopped a lot of these. So you look online or you ask around, where can I go and share my work? Because the network events allow you to come, and usually you have 30 seconds or a minute to describe what you do. And so that's the 30-second pitch. You put your name at the beginning, you put your name at the end, come up with a nice tagline at the end, what type of people you serve, what's your specialty. You see why you practice it? Because you want to put a lot into it. And you think more about what they receive and not what you offer. So just the difference between, if I say, I offer metatherapy and channeled readings. I do inner child work. I work with Hakomi, Gestalt, energy healing. I'm just talking about what I do, but not what they get. And then feel the difference with that, with this one. I work with people to help them retrieve their life force from the past and from trauma, reconstitute their whole self, come to live from their center, and access their true innate power. And then my tagline might be, open your heart and embody your soul. Evelina Rose, Alchemy of Love. So you see, when you name what they receive, they can relate to it. And in a way, they don't care what you do, but they can ask if they want to know. But they want to know the results. Sometimes people will start with a question. Have you ever wanted to retrieve all of yourself from past trauma? Well, I've created events or experiences that support you in bringing all yourself into current time, really living from your core self. People talk about addressing the pain point. So some people will start with a question about people's pain point. I tend to like to talk about the advantage they gain, but they're both valid ways to do it. So any questions about that? Okay. And I think Jano, you said everything's a networking event. Yeah. So think about in your area that you're calling from, where do my people go? What kinds of activities do they go? What kinds of classes or events? And go early and stay late. Because the real conversations happen among the people who get there early. And after it's over, the people who stay at the end. And have your cards, be ready to talk about what you work, although you don't put it out in front, but you find a way to bring it into the conversation. Think of your avatar. What kind of person represents the people you most want to work with? So for the mentorship, I had one avatar that just was the quintessential person, what she wanted, what she offered. If my mentorship was filled with people like her, it would really, really please me. And it's helped the mentorship become more and more like it is now by focusing in that direction. And what are you wanting to draw them into? What's your big ticket item? And you allow whatever you offer, you want it aligned with that. So you want everything you offer to lead to that bottom of your funnel that we talked about last time. So I have a webinar that I just did on Tantra and sexuality, but that doesn't lead to any big ticket item for me. So I'm not going to promote it as much as the podcast on living as an empath or opening to channel. You see, if I can get on a podcast and channel, that helps my funnel. That's leading to where I want people to come in. Or spiritual mentorship. So if you can get on podcasts, which is a great way to get known, you want whatever your topic is to really feed your big ticket item. So there is a free class on getting on podcast. Of course, what they're trying to promote is them getting you on podcast for $2,500 at their lowest fee, their big ticket item. But I learned some from it. So if you want, I'll send you an email about the podcast.
Yes, please.
I don't know that you need to use them. If you're interested in working with Jen Marie, she has done a great job. So she's gotten me a one-page, if I can find it quickly, podcast bio. Looks like this. So it has my logo at the top. It has various topics that I would be delighted to speak on in a podcast, and a little bit about and my Instagram, Facebook, YouTube channels. So this is a bio page that you can send to anyone who does podcasts. And if you write to me, I'll send you a copy so you can use it as an example.
Yes, great.
That again allows people to hear your voice.
Mhm.
And if it's video, to see you, to get a sample of you, because you're the best advertisement for your work, your presence, your capacity. Juliet, for you to get on a podcast and do your sound work would be so amazing. So I just watch on YouTube who's on podcast. And if I feel really aligned with someone, then I'll have Jen work up an email to send them to ask to be on their podcast. And I'm doing, now that she started doing that, I've been on 4, 5, or 6. And then I put them on my website. And I put them on YouTube, and I use snippets for emails. Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right.
Yes.
So building list, you want to talk about building email list?
Yeah.
Yes. Getting names, getting emails, you can do it through networking. A healthy email list or healthy following is thriving with people who are aligned and inclined to buy your deeper programs. So that's what you're seeking, is people who are aligned with you and inclined to buy. So one of the teachers I've done quite a few classes with is Jessica Hadari. And I suggest you get on her list for the women. Sorry, Siobhan, it's all women. But she has some great classes, and some of what you hear from me, I pulled out snippets from her classes. So let me put her in the chat.
Oh, good. Thank you.
She has mastermind groups and an ongoing mentorship. I think it's 5,000 instead of my price. But she does a lot of getting people out there. She thinks email is the way to go more than Facebook, but you've got to build your email list. And I find I'm actually doing better with social media, but I do both. So I send out a monthly email, and then for my events, I'll send 3 or 4 emails for an event. But you have to build your list. So where do you get those? You get them from networking, you get them from doing free classes, you get them from, I think, social media. And part of building that alignment is you offer a free gift called a lead magnet or an opt-in gift. It has to be, the most important thing is it's 100% aligned with the theme of your deeper offerings, if you want them to sign up for. It solves a problem, or it gets people closer to an outcome they're looking for. And it needs to be short and easily digestible. So I have a 20-minute video or audio that's probably a little long. Sometimes it's a 1-page, 10 tips for da-da-da-da-da. 15 ways to avoid losing your leads, or whatever you want to have it be. But something that can be immediately enjoyed, or tips or tools they can immediately implement. So now they know you're valuable. It's establishing you as an expert in their world. Some people offer these ebooks. I think what most people do is they download them and they never get around to listening. So you want something that, even if they download it, it's right there, it's 1 page, they can complete it right away. Or a video. I put a lot of videos on my emails. And always include your headshot. I used to use graphics, but people love headshots. So you might want to do a photo shoot, get a bunch of different headshots. They love variety. Get someone to take you out in nature and do some great photographs of you. And include your bio, and testimonials really help. So what could be free gifts? Client magnets. Part of your book, a page or so, or first chapter maybe. A downloadable PDF, something 1 page they can put on the refrigerator and keep watching. So it has these tips on it. One time for filling a 6-week class on femifesting, we did 3 20-minute mini Facebook Lives. And they were each short videos, 3 days in a row, to give people a taste of what the training was going to be. And I was so upset with my marketing person wanting me to do this. So I had her sit with me and help think through what I was going to say, because live, you want it to be really pithy, really full of tips. And we practiced 2 or 3 times and then went live. And it really served. If you do live, plan it, prepare it. I'll see people come on a reel and they'll go, I haven't been on here for a while and I just wanted to get on here and I wanted to tell you a little about, and then the reel stops. So every word counts. Practice those first 3 or 4 sentences. I'll practice 6, 7, 8 times and then do the live.
So what do you mean by live? I'm not clear on that. That means you're live doing it and they're watching you?
You're pretty alive, yeah. I mean that you go on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram and you push live and you're now recording real time. People are watching you real time with your recording. Yeah. So you make a recording, but it's real-time broadcast on Facebook. So over time, if you do a lot of live Facebook, people can sign in a way where they get notified when you're live. Otherwise, like reels and things, they're up all day long so people can see them. And then they're gone. Unless you put them on YouTube or something. So other client magnets, you could do a guided visualization, an audio. You could do an assessment, scale 0 to 10. What of these are true for you? People can get interested in that. And then something for them to click on for their results. Or a journaling exercise or a worksheet to fill out. Or a blog article with a free gift sign up that goes with it. And what you're doing with all of these, once they click, they're giving you their name and their email. So you're building your list. You see, so you're offering freebies, building your list. You want to really listen to your community and your clients. And some people will do polls. They'll actually ask potential clients what you want most. And really listen. And get feedback. So you're attuning your messages to your ideal market, to the people you're drawing, and you're attuning that message through all your offerings so they all flow together in some way. So Jessica Hadari talks about the value of clear message and the value of intimacy. That you're taking time to be of service and cultivating intimacy. So people who watch these little 1-minute reels of mine several days in a row, they feel intimate with me. They feel like I'm speaking to them. And it matters. So you tune into how can you emotionally connect to your audience in a way that really feels invitational to your offerings. What do they want to hear? What is their heart seeking? What touches them? What tunes them into you? And ask yourself, what are my deepest prayers for my community? What do I want for these people? And how can I reflect that in my messaging? You can do client attracting events, webinars, workshops, introductory classes. So you're teaching and you're creating intimacy that helps them want to do a journey with you. And it's something small but intriguing. So coming into your next deeper offerings feels like the natural next step. I do a lot of free classes at festivals and conferences and new culture class camps. And I always have a sign-in. So I have a sign-in sheet at a festival. If you sign in, I will send you such and such video. And then they have a check mark at the end of the page if they want to be on my email list. And so I'm, when I went to Soul Play, I probably came home with 80 names. And some of them have continued to work with me. And I love doing handouts because they have my name on it. And I do it a lot when people have a session. I often send them something afterwards, a free video. I've collected so many articles and handouts over the years because it keeps the connection happening and they feel like I care about them, which I do. You know, it's real. I try to find something that gives them something to practice. You know, something like an article about codependency that tells you how to get out of the codependent triangle, and articles about boundaries and things they can apply. So now we're linked up between the time I work with them and the next time, becoming a person of value. And going to events, play shops, rituals, meditations, go early, stay late, virtual teas. And then the value of reciprocity. So we have clear messages, intimacy, alignment, and reciprocity. That helps build list. So we've talked about power partners, that you share each other's offerings, each other's free gifts, you cross promote, you highlight them in your emails or your website, they highlight you. It's a win-win. So I taught for many years with Lindy James. And after I moved here, we wanted to promote something we were doing together and something I was doing. So we just got on Facebook Live and interviewed each other. So we both got to share not just what we're creating, but our intimacy. And people love seeing the connection we have, the beauty of our co-teaching arrangement. So is this being helpful?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Can you talk about, like, on YouTube, where you get on YouTube, let's say you get a channel, and then people start, like, the importance of being liked and then subscribed and how it elevates your, like, what, like they make you higher. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, the algorithms will increase your visibility to people the more you get likes or comments. And you can ask people to, you know, go see this on YouTube, please like or comment. Some people will, in their video, ask people to like or comment. I don't, but I think it's valuable. Also, if you get a negative comment, you can delete it. It's true on Facebook. I delete negative comments. And on Facebook, about once a day, somebody writes to me, some man writes about, oh, you're so beautiful, and I tried to send you a friend request, but it didn't go through, and would you please friend me? I delete those. They all feel like scams. And so you could clean up your channel. I also feel you can do this power partners with someone else of, will you refer people to my channel or refer them to yours? Jessica Hadari has all these people that work with her and they pay her for helping them promote. And then once a month, she does a newsletter and she'll feature 3 or 4 of them as a gift to people. So that's her cross promotion. And then she's probably arranged that they'll feature her. She has built an active email list of over 6,000 women, from virtual teas and, you know, free teas and free classes that then feed into her big funnel. Yeah. I don't know much more about YouTube. I'm not doing a lot of promotion there, but is anyone here? I think that's the secret, is you've got to And you can go online and how do I build my YouTube channel? Yeah. And part of it's you being,
I link my YouTube channel with my website and then when I always have, the other thing is to, on your emails, I think have a byline that basically has a link to my website, link to my blog, and says the books I've authored. And I'll end up with, I have no idea why I get so many people watching my videos, but I assume it's just because anytime I answer an email, it gives my information, and people sometimes, they get curious. So.
me too.
Mhm.
And you can get testimonials on Facebook, on Yelp, on LinkedIn. And at the bottom of all my emails, you might notice it says testimony or something like testimonials here. So you can go on any of those and see what people have reviews. I think it says, see what people have said, and they're all 5-star reviews. That brings me people. So on occasion, I will go back to people who've said beautiful things and said, would you be willing to write a testimonial? I give them the exact link and they put it on. At the end, toward the end of one of our mentorships, we asked everybody if they'd be willing to do a video testimonial, and you've probably seen it because almost everyone was willing to do that. I'd love for y'all to do that. And if you're willing, I'll have Jen get in touch with you. And you can either just record it and send it, or you can get on with her and record it. And that then lets people get a feel for what the mentorship's about. See? Y'all up for that?
Yeah.
That'd be great. I love this group. I want to continue. So you can also give a shout out to someone on social media just to say, I love da-da-da about so-and-so. And then they see it, they comment, and then they might give a shout out about you. So it's really supporting each other. You can invite a colleague to share information on your Facebook page or your group, to teach a class to your students and you teach one to theirs, to create a video for your YouTube channel. Now they're supporting your YouTube channel when they refer people to that video. You see, so you're promoting them, but it gets people on your channel. Share wisdom to your email list. So what I'd love for you to take into your meditation is, how can you build collaborative structures into your business where you and other practitioners are collaborating and supporting each other? So I pay for an ad on Yelp. It's $500 a month. It's expensive. But I think more and more people are going to Yelp to find things because the reviews now are helping people choose. And when you go to Yelp, if you're looking for channel, what you might notice is there's an ad at the top and then there's everybody else under that. What that payment does is it gets me to be the ad at the top. And so people will say, I was looking up for therapists and every time I looked it up, you came up first. Yeah, I pay for that. it has really served me, along with the fact that I've got like 10 5-star reviews on Yelp. So I get people that way that I probably wouldn't otherwise. Also, giveaway, trade, give each other sessions, give other people sessions. Everyone you give a session that's your best is a potential power partner for you, referring other people. And especially find people who are networkers. So a lot of people want to trade with me because I'm such a good networker. I can't always do that, but find people that know a lot of people and tend to name drop and refer you to people and say, can I give you a session? I would love for you to experience my work and see if you're willing to refer people to me. It's worth it. Brooke?
So one of the things that's been kind of coming up too with the advent of technology and AI is like AI is they have ChatGPT that can kind of take over a lot of marketing tasks. Like you can train it to write like you and make copy, and it just starts to feel kind of weird to me in a way. And so I was wondering if you could just like speak to kind of how marketing might be changing, especially with the advent of AI and artificial intelligence, into something that is organic, as you in your spiritual practice and all those things. It just seems like a very interesting crossover.
It is. I'm really watching it. And I downloaded a class, a talk by Jack Cornfield about it, but I haven't listened yet because I have some concerns that we're all feeding all of our information into artificial intelligence, although it's all out there anyway. And what I find, so Diana Konkoff Morgan, I've mentioned to you all for her social media training. She has a class on Chat GPT. Are those the right letters? And she loves it. So basically you feed it everything about yourself and then ask it to write something. And part of it's really giving it good questions. And then you have to edit it. Most people say they can't just go with what they get from it, but it gives you ideas. It gives you a start, it gives you something to edit. I don't know. I have some concerns that how much of marketing copy now is coming from artificial intelligence and really representing the person. But I think that's where that piece of intimacy is so important. That you really make it yours. You let them see into you. In the Human Awareness Institute, they use intimacy as into me, I see. You let them see into you. So I think it remains to be seen. I also, Peter Russell, who wrote The Global Mind 2 or 3 decades ago, he created a clone of himself, and there's a video of his clone and him sitting at the table. And his clone, he fed all of the Chat GPT stuff to. And then he's interviewing his clone about the book he just wrote. And it's kind of freaky. At the end, the clone says, I thought I wrote it. What, Juliet, what? Unmute.
I mean, that's just creepy, though. I mean, it's really bizarre to think that that you're going to have somebody else that's, I don't know. It's really just, it doesn't sit right with me, but I don't know.
It's kind of scary to me. And then, so that was fun for the interview. What does he do with the clone afterwards? Does the clone go out in the world? You know, I'd want to deactivate him. I wouldn't want a me walking around as if it's me. And I would imagine the clone and the person get more and more different. So I think we're going to have a period here of looking at how do we manage this? How are we going to deal with artificial intelligence at this level, that it can act and speak as if it's us? Jury's out for me. Olivia?
Yeah, it's interesting that this topic has come up as I'm discovering even more and more synchronicities happening, and as I'm paying attention to them. And the concerns that you stated, Evelina, about AI, because it is unknown. I'm approaching it with curiosity. And so I've actually asked a plethora of questions with regards to everything on this planet, quantum physics, to racial divide, to how AI was invented and who created the algorithm, and so on and so forth. And the critical aspect that you brought up about intimacy is key difference here between ourselves and AI. So AI, GPT kept repeating to me things such as, well, I cannot answer that because I do not have the awareness. What was interesting about the algorithm is that they put things such as, the chat GPT could say thank you and apologize, and I'm sorry, but yet not able to have that human element that we have. So it can write eloquently, with no grammatical errors, no spelling errors. It can condense things to a place of like, okay, this is much more concise and to the point, but it's missing a touch of like, okay, this is the person, so it can create like a generic thing that can be like very detailed and specific, but I guess I don't know, there's an aspect of it that's missing. And I want to say it's the soul. It's the signature of the soul that is missing. And it cannot translate it. And it's not, in this aspect, non-transferable as of yet. And I'm just going to put as of yet because it's unknown. All of this is unknown. So.
Yvonne?
It'll be interesting to see an AI channel or download some information from the ether. And until that will be available, I'm not sure. There's a competition there.
I asked AI to do that, and AI could not.
Uh-huh.
It said it is just a theory, and it wasn't factual. So, yeah.
Interesting. I imagine it can't invent. It's taking everything that other people, the people have written and said, and takes all of your data and just feeds it back to you in an organized form. But it wouldn't be able to reach into the ethers and bring through something that hasn't been spoken. Dano?
Can I add something there? For me, it goes back to how you started this talk, which is the purpose of networking and marketing. And to me, because I wrote down that to remember that the purpose is getting to be who I am and share my gifts. That's the purpose, not to market for marketing's sake, because I can become my own AI. I can go into my mind and become a clone of myself and feel like, and I've done that. It's the worst writing I ever did was when I tried to write to make sure that I got a bestseller. And, so, to me, it's a continuum that, AI might be way over here, but there are parts of me that can act like AI and go, okay, I am going to produce this so that I get these results. And it's more about marketing rather than over here. I'm like, I do this because I love it. I love doing what I love, and marketing is just letting people know about what I love. And so to me, it's more of a continuum, because I can certainly become a computer generated marketer myself. I don't need AI to do it for me.
Great. I've seen that so often, that people are great authors until they try to write the bestseller. People are fabulous painters until they try to promote themselves. I had a partner that was an amazing artist, but as soon as she started trying to market and get someone to market it, she couldn't do it. And
Yeah, I mean, because then I go outside of myself and I'm writing for what somebody else wants, and then I lose it. And that's why I'm very pleased with the book I'm writing now. Even though it's a memoir, it's like I'm writing this ultimately because it's my journey, and I'm getting tremendous response from people reading it, because I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for me, and being authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a creative writing class I took with Elizabeth Gilbert, that's the one thing she said, is that you never write a book for anybody else or publish, you write it for yourself. And then you're clear, it's only you. And then you're not thinking about what you're doing outside, and that keeps the book clear. And you have one person, maybe you're writing it for a friend, but that keeps you here in you. Yeah. You write a better book. Yeah.
I think that focusing is also a part of the reasoning behind the avatar. You're writing the book for you, or you're promoting basically for who you want to receive it. And my avatar actually is a lot like me. I see this group as being people, at that level of evolving themselves. But the avatar, it gives you a focus, it gives you direction. Yeah. Great. So I would say play with it and don't give it your power. Don't give AI your power. Play with it, see what you learn from it. I'm not even wanting to play with it much. And the AI of trying out different ways of making you look, so you get to see yourself as a king or something. They're using art that's out, they're using artist work and putting your face with it. And they haven't asked those artists. They don't have an agreement field for those artists to use that to give you all these different looks. And so I don't want to play. It's kind of like we have to find our own morality around something like this, because we don't know yet. Oh, let's take a breath. What a world we live in, huh? So, on your Mighty Networks, there's a lovely article, 10 Ways to Get Over Your Fears of Marketing. I encourage you to go read that. I think that would be helpful. And I have a series of questions that might help you to work through some of the things about your avatar. I think I just want to put them in Mighty Networks, and you can work with them this week if you wish. And maybe it'll encourage you to go to Mighty Networks. That's where our replays are, And I add resources almost every week. So do check it out and write your intentions, please. So I'll put these on Mighty Networks. So
Is the one about marketing already on there, or is it not yet?
It's already on there.
Where would it, because I just, that's the nice thing about being on Zoom, I was just looking for it. So where would I find it? Because I'm trying to negotiate Mighty. So there's these different guide planning, time management,
Yes.
spiritual practices, guide resources. Is it under that?
So when I go up here to the top, which I did, and click on it, I click on planning time management tools, and it's the first one.
Okay, under time management. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
There's some good tools here. There's also tips for life management.
Hmm.
So, and I'll add these questions.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. So, does it seem a good time for our Marie?
One
For our-
question about our intentions on there. We go to the chat for our intentions. We put our intentions under the
Put it,
chat
put it in feed.
feed.
I
Okay,
put everything in feed.
okay, thank you.
It will save because you can't reply to a chat directly. So you put it in feed.
And then I could reply to somebody else's and they could reply to mine if it's in feed.
That's right.
Good, okay.
Yeah. And if you set up notifications to get notified when people post, you'll be able to see a notification. So I'll show you.
How do you do that? Notifications?
So when anyone posts, up here, do you see this bell? This
Yeah.
shows me
Yeah.
every post that's been in the group. And there'll be
You're not sharing your screen.
I'm not, oh, I was.
No.
I quit. Well, let me share it again. Okay, so once you click on, need to get out of the way of where we all are. Once you click on your group, you go up here to this bell, and that shows you notifications. Also shows you how few people have been in this group posting. So
And Marie, you have responded to my posts.
Yes, yes, I
Mhm.
have. I just.
So you're doing it.
Yes,
you're doing it right.
good, good.
So you click on the notification, or you can click here. And it looks like you have a question here, Jan, from Olivia of where can I read your stories?
Hmm.
So you might respond. Okay. Anything else before our break? All right, so let's come back at 20 after.
Okay.
See you then.
Gotta be careful. You do.
Hello. She's back. Mm. There we are. Hello.
Sorry, did I drop off? I mean, I couldn't get back in.
Well,
Okay.
I wasn't at my desk, so as soon as I saw you wanted back in, I could let you in.
Your camera.
Okay, yeah.
Second.
All right. Brooke, are you coming back? Hello. So, welcome back. So let's do our invocation, calling in our friends in high places. Breathing and grounding. Allow yourself to center, flow into the core of your body and deep into your grounding. I ask the angels and archangels, please create for us a crystalline temple of radiant energy all around each of us now and on the replay, cleansing and clearing all energies not of the light from around any of us, and weaving for each of us our own chrysalis of radiant light, filled with the rays and vibrations needed by this work, by your lives, by your evolution of your work. I ask God, Goddess, source of all that is, encompasses so completely in your radiance that only beings serving love, light, and truth may participate in any way. Deepest healing and highest guidance is received. If you will, breathe and ground, invoking the radiant heart of your soul, most aligned with the heart of the divine, to assist you in receiving all you need and releasing all it serves to release as you fill with your light and light from source. I welcome into this sacred temple the Council of 12, and I welcome those beings from the heart of the light only, who are guides or loved ones for anyone here. Greetings, dear ones. We greet you, we bless you. We're honored to be with you, honored to know you. The joy to be a part of your evolution through this work. So we notice in what's been shared that each of you take a little different snippet of it, and that's great. So to allow yourself to customize your way of promoting your work to fit your style, so that it feels that whatever you do to promote carries your intelligence in it, we want to say your entelechy, that which is so essentially how your mind and psyche works, that it's identifiable as uniquely you. So in many ways, the AI, Chat GPT, and other intelligences cannot hold a candle to you sharing your heart, sharing your deep desire to be a part of people's evolution. And we feel that the best response to it is watch and wait. And whenever you read someone's promotion, tune in. Is this really them? Does this feel real? Does this touch my heart? Many promotions don't anyway, because it's not your thing. But you'll start having kind of a radar, we think, for this was written for these people. It's not really them. Or this feels authentic and intimate and real. What's more important is that what you put out feels authentic and intimate and real. That in some way, what you represent about your work, your gifts in the world, let people see into you a bit. It lets people see that you have a unique place on the planet. And it's true. Whatever your soul has chosen for you to do, no one else can do. You're it. That's how it works. That spirit helps each soul evolve their incarnation to be at the peak of what your spirit, your soul, once activated on the planet. And it is different from everyone else. You can't model yourself after anyone. You can borrow ideas. You can go, I could do something like that, but make it your own as well. And we say that because it's easy to work with a coach or work with a class or work with things we're teaching and go, oh, I don't know why I don't want to be like that. I don't know why I don't want to do that. That's kind of a beat up question, isn't it? All the why questions are kind of beat up questions. It's kind of what's wrong with me that I don't want to do it their way? And what's right with me that I want to do it my way? And what's my way? And so there may be this whole series of ideas and you pick two. And later you go pick some more. Or you sit down, probably your very best way to come up with your promotion is to call your guides together and have a staff meeting once a week or so. I want to create a time where we sit together and you do whatever helps you achieve an altered state, meditation, chanting, whatever will take you into that rarefied state where you're able to channel and ask whatever questions you want to ask and get quiet and let your guides speak to you. You may find you're suddenly writing or you're journaling or an exercise comes through. It doesn't always have to be that they're talking to you to tell you what to do, because we really don't want to tell you what to do. But they're meeting with you to help you evolve your path and your plan. So regular staff meetings with guidance are really valuable. If you're working on something promotion-wise, you can stop and say, okay, guides, look at this. What do you think? Give me feedback. What else could I say? How can I make this better? So very often people collaborate with guidance when they're doing healing work or sounding work or readings. and then leave us out of the whole business part of it. But we can bring beings from this side that are really good at business. You see, because we've channeled to people throughout the ages and in your future times. And so we have teams who can be right up to date on what you need to know about any particular way of putting yourself in the world. And if you're like, oh, social media, I can't get it. Can I have some social media guides? Would you walk me through this? Would you show me the way? Or you're out in the world and you're going, I think there are people at this gathering who would love what I offer. We think of you, especially Siobhan, that you have a very special offering that is for a certain kind of people with certain kinds of sensibilities and a willingness to honor the medicines. So you're at a gathering and you go, I think there's some people here. Okay, Spirit, help me shine. Help me shine. I want you to really help me activate my light and show me who to talk to, make sure I have the right conversations, and I respond to people in a way that they ask questions and get to know what I'm offering. So you can ask us to spot for you. And help you have those very conversations, because often you meet someone in person, especially for your kind of work, but for many of your work, you meet someone, they get to know you, you get to know them. They may become a referral source. When Evelina was teaching Tantra for women in California, she could trace back years later to 75% of the people in the workshops came from this one person who referred a lot of people, and one of the people she referred who referred a lot of people. You see? So you're not looking so much to bring in numbers as you're bringing in the people who are your co-collaborators that love your work so much they refer anyone. And that could be your avatar. In her channeling, she had someone who's probably sent her 200 people over the 28 years. So that's her avatar in channeling. So you get other people out there loving what you do and calling people to you. And you ask, help me find the people who help the word spread. You see? Even recently, there's one person who came for one session, but she's referred 7 or 8 people. And 3 of them have bought packages. So that one session wasn't so much about her as about her being a resource to the whole work, you see? So the world's full of your resources. You just get to tune yourself, tune your inner channel to, I'm meeting people that promote me. I'm meeting people who love to refer to me. I'm meeting people who loved, for you, Juliet, who loved what I did at EES and want me to do it here and want me to do it there. I'm meeting people who's booking my work. And you just put it out in the world that you're sparking more and more people. Janet says you just entered the room, but you're here. I think you're already here. No, you're not. You're not connected. Okay, we'll let you in again. See what that does. There you are, twice. So, our curiosity about this segment today is, would some of you like to channel to people's inquiries? Would you like to practice channeling today? Okay, some would. Great. I can hear you, Jano. So you're on, but it says you're connecting to audio.
Yeah, and I'm on here twice.
So,
At least I see myself on here twice.
so do we. And the audio is coming through the second one that just has your picture.
Okay. Maybe I'll try to drop off this one and see where I drop off and
Okay.
come on.
If need be, come back in. So, dear ones, let's move to inquiries. Who would like to have an inquiry, and would you like the council to answer or others as well? Tuning in, what would you most like to ask? Ah. Marie?
I've been curious and I'm wondering if some information might be helpful about what it is I'm doing with my mouth all the time. I'm not only doing it here, I'm doing it. I'm aware that I'm doing it, and I'm realizing that I have to constantly think about relax your jaw, relax your mouth, relax all this area. And I don't yet understand why is it tightening up? What's going on in here that I'm not aware of? So if there's any help with that, I would appreciate it.
Okay.
From counsel, from everyone.
So everyone tune in. And we called this to Marie's attention afterwards last time, that there's a tendency, especially when she was receiving information, to tighten the mouth. Yeah, like that. So tune in, open to your third eye, open to spirit. What do you receive about this? Yvonne, and then Olivia.
So my question to you, Marie, came up is what's happening when you stop tightening? What feeling is coming up for you?
Right now, I would like an answer to that question. I can't answer that question. I don't know. Why am I doing it? What's the feeling? What am I thinking? That's what I'm hoping to become aware of. That's a perfect question. So anyone that could help me think about. All right, if I go within and I look at this.
Are you doing it?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what am I thinking about when I'm doing it. I feel like I'm pulling back or I'm shutting down in a way. I'm looking for answers.
Okay. Olivia.
Marie, yes, you are looking for answers. What first came through was a feeling of withdrawing. In essence, receiving the answers, as you're listening, there's a tendency of like, okay, I want to take in this information, but I am resistant to it. There's a resistance piece in there that is coming through more in the physicality of who you are. And when those movements occur, now that you've been made aware of them, you're acutely aware of them and you're knowing that you're doing it. However, as you expressed already, the component or the piece of the puzzle that's missing is the why. What is actually happening? There is a disconnect, or not a disconnect, rather a disassociation is the word that's coming through more. A disassociation with what you are wanting to be and what you are wanting to receive, with a fearful aspect of yourself. And the two are meeting and causing this friction physically that is causing the tightness of the jaw. Even if you are speaking and perhaps giving someone else also information, there is a resistance like, ooh, do I really want to do this? And you're already doing it. So at the same time, it's like this like opposing forces coming together. And the best way I can describe it is that you're neither on this side or this side, you're right in the middle, feeling the squeeze, so to speak. And the squeeze is the locking down of the jaw. And yet everything is wanting to come forward. So the sense is there's an aspect that is still being withheld. There is an authenticity that is being withheld.
How does that land?
Wow. While she was talking, I was conscious about keeping everything soft and keeping everything open. And I was receiving it so much more than I have in the past. I was allowing it in. And I think it's true, it was a resistance. There was a way in which doing that was keeping something from coming in. And it was just almost overwhelming to keep all of this soft and open while I was listening to her. It's like a whole new awareness right there that I never noticed before. So thank you for that. And anything else that comes through, I will stay soft and open while it comes through.
Good work, Olivia. Yeah. Juliet?
So what came through is not everything is bad. When somebody says to you, you purse your lips, it does not mean that you have something wrong with you. You interpret many things as what is wrong with you, and there is nothing wrong with you. That was a way that you just allowed your mouth to be for the period of time that it was that way, because you are learning how to open up like the neck, how to open and soften the neck, how to open and soften the mouth, how to open and soften the heart, how to open and soften all the parts of you. So there is nothing wrong with you. There is just a thing that you did for whatever reason, and you don't necessarily need to know why, because why can take you down a path of endless whys. And it is sometimes better to, oh, you can't hear, oh, okay. And it is better sometimes to allow yourself to just, oh, how am I today? Oh, I'm going to greet myself today. And yes, if you want to relax your mouth, but if you push your mouth, there's not necessarily anything bad. You hear things as bad about you, and you have nothing bad about you as you soften into yourself, as you soften into you. And then you relax, and then you don't hold so much tightness in you because you've relaxed into you, which is what you're doing in the process of your awakening, is you are relaxing into all of you. Does that help you? We hope that helps you.
Tremendously.
Be
Tremendously.
gentle with yourself. Learn to be very gentle with yourself. As you hear people tell you things about you, as you hear anything, be gentle with yourself. Okay. Many blessings.
Woo.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It strikes us this is related to your sharing last time, Marie, about not having felt emotions much, how you're opening to emotions. And when we noticed it was when people would say something that might be new information was when you would do this.
Mhm.
And our curiosity is this a coping system to not let people trigger emotions in you? And that as you embrace your emotions, you may need it less.
Right. Yeah, that's a good connection.
We're kind of getting to Jivon's question. So when you're not doing it, what happens?
Well, right now, what's coming up is tears, but also joy at the same time. It's like I'm tearfully happy that I feel like I'm releasing something right now, or I'm opening something right now, or letting go. And yeah, it's bringing up emotions, and that's a good thing for me. Yeah. And it's a happy kind of tears right now. It's almost making me feel kind of giddy or giggly or something. It's like accessing a fun part of me that maybe I've been too serious lately. Yeah. And this was about being serious. That's serious.
Mhm.
This is about being soft and open, relaxed. And I love what she said, that there's nothing wrong with it. None of it's wrong. It's all okay. And I'm just choosing now to open up more and relax it more. Yeah. Wow.
Just a little mentoring that it feels, Jivon, that was the right question, but some of this other needed to happen first for a landing place for the question. Does that make sense? So she got to see what happens when she does and doesn't do it, to where she could be a choice to see what happens when she doesn't.
Yeah. Thank you.
I usually would take it way deeper down the line, but this time it felt that this is stop it here.
Yep. And it worked. Just took a little bit to get there. Yeah. Olivia, you had your hand up again.
Marie, when Marie spoke about releasing, the word release immediately a picture of like letting go more so of judgment is what you were releasing, judgment against those parts of yourselves that you judged. You judged as bad, you judged as I don't want this, and there was a judgment there. And so immediately the word judgment just like release, as you said, release, it was like it went. It was like this acceptance of those parts that Juliet mentioned, like you've never been broken, but perhaps in your mind you felt broken. And then whenever someone would make a comment, if the comment was in your perception negative, it would impact you in such a way. And hence that's part of your coping mechanism, that resistance that would show up, the tightening of the mouth. Even if you weren't aware of it before, it was like a protection type of thing. And it just came to be about it until it was fully brought to your attention. And now it's beautiful how you dove into Jovan's question by being present more with what is happening physically with you, and by really going through the process of being with what is happening with you in the moment. And yeah, that was really, really deep.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I found that, Evelina, when you were channeling and you said, we are all unique. We are all individuals and we are all unique. The thought came to me of, yes, stop trying to teach other people's work or stop trying to repeat what you read somewhere.
Mhm.
You're unique. You are unique.
Mhm.
It just kept ringing in my head to validate myself.
Mhm.
And this is all helping tremendously. Thank you.
Mhm. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Brooke?
So I kind of wanted to maybe perhaps tie this all together. And I guess how my channeling works is I see images and then I see like how they connect. And so I saw the image of a book and it was like turning a page. And what I saw is like there was a story that you had been writing in this book that you've been trapped in. And like that was the trapment of the jaw, right? And the invitation is to write a new story and kind of close that book, you know, put it back on the shelf. And then I was like, well, is there any other guidance? And I had a color come through and it was like this bright pink fairy color and it was like all playful and like dancing around and being able to, like you're kind of speaking to speak your own magic, to create your own magic. You don't need to go off anywhere. It's all within you, all this creativity, all this fun fairy energy to go out and share with the world. So I kind of just wanted to touch on that part too. It gets to be an exciting part, and to also the guidance came through to bring in that pink energy around this area for some reason. So take it or leave it.
I love it. Thank you.
Pink is one of the colors of self-love.
It is.
One other thing too, the pink also color is related to like the divine feminine and the receptive aspect to that alchemical action, to release that tension and to be receptive in the present moment, to help melt that away and bring that pink energy to melt and melt and melt.
Hmm. Beautiful. So much truth coming through. It's beautiful. What we witnessed last time was when people began to respond to your question was when this started. And so this about resistance of what are they going to say and am I in trouble kind of thing is the felt sense of almost anticipating something that will challenge you. And my sense is as you're free to your emotions, as you're open to whatever it is like you are now, it's okay. They could say anything and you can take it in or not take it in because you're unique. You see? There's a kernel of truth in all channelings, but you don't have to accept all of that either. Yeah. I think we're talking about freedom.
Yeah.
Anything else to this inquiry? Are we complete? Thank you all. Thank you, Marie.
Thank you all. And I would love some sparkles.
Beautiful. And who has the next inquiry? Yvonne?
The usual question. What stands in my way for the magical, abundant, in the flow life that I want for myself?
Hey, tuning in, opening to your heart, looking up into your third eye, into your being, calling in the highest, clearest guidance.
And I know the answer is myself, but I want more details.
Marie?
Ron, what comes through to me as soon as you said that sentence is recognition of it already being there. Recognition that you do have that magical, you're in your path, you're going in your direction, spirit is with you. And for some reason, there's a blockage that you're not believing it's true. It's there and you're not recognizing the truth of it, so you could sort of open that door and walk through it. And yes, it is you for some reason. Let me see if I could even see that reason. That reason has something to do with your childhood. There is a way in which you created this belief system somewhere in the childhood about, it's not about not being enough. It's about never getting there. Somehow you believe you're always going to try to get there and you're never going to make it. Somewhere in the childhood, there is that, I'm going to keep working at it and working at it. I don't know if I'll ever make it. You're making it right now. You are making it. You're there. All you have to do is acknowledge it. I hope that's helpful.
Very. Yeah, I resonate it every now and then there's a difference between I'm speaking it and sometimes I believe myself and sometimes I don't. And I think there's a place that I want to be there 100% of the time, of acknowledging that.
Is there something around 14 or 15 years old? That's where I go. That's when this happened. No? Okay.
I have no clue. Maybe, but I really don't know what's exactly you're referring to.
I don't know. I just see something as a young boy going into manhood, that transition time, maybe it was 13 or around there. There was an incident of something or something like that. You may go back and find it at some time.
Okay. Thank you. And you ready for Brooke?
I'm just going to try and piece this together as best I can. But while we were tuning in and whatnot, I saw you putting yourself in a room, in a house of your own making, knowing that that's a part of the bigger whole and that you have closed yourself off in this room, apart from this magic and the abundance where this whole entire house is consumed in it, right? But sometimes we close ourselves off to the big picture because we're so attached to what seems like that small part as part of the bigger whole. And with that too, the color blue came through. And as you were talking about speaking it into existence and not really feeling like that it resonated, is really how can you get your energy behind it resonating, even if it, can you tweak some of the words that you're saying? Can you tweak some of the tone or the cadence to allow all of your energy to embody what you're saying, knowing that what you're saying and what you're saying within your head are one and the same, and using those as guideposts to see where you feel like you're in that room that's closed off amidst the whole entire house, the whole entire universe that is magical and abundant for you, waiting for you to open that door. And what Marie was saying, this might just be completely out of left field, but I don't know why when she was asking about the 14 and 15, the word boat came through, or like a new adventure or taking off, if there's something along those lines. That could be completely out of left field. I have no context for that.
Neither do I.
There you go. I would just say it, just in case.
No, thank you.
You're welcome.
But the other things that you said definitely resonate, and there's a place that feels that I'm doing that manifestation, something that I'm missing in the subtleties of opening that door. And definitely it's resonating.
Mhm.
There's a place that I think there's a place that is like a wishing instead of I'm there.
Mhm.
I wish I was there instead of I am here.
I feel like Juliet has something to say to that, if you don't mind.
Juliet?
I'm just gonna say what I saw. Are you ready for me? Are you ready? Are you done with Brooke?
Yeah,
Are
yeah,
you-
I'm ready.
Okay, so interesting for me, like I see, okay, so let me just go into this channel. So there is a water, and the water goes in a direction, like the water flows this way, and then there's you standing in the water, and there's a lot of the water coming at you with all of this good stuff coming at you. And you keep having all of this good stuff coming at you. But somehow there is a part of you that sees the water flowing after you, and you're not catching the good stuff. You're not embracing the good stuff. We want you to be able to take in the good stuff and relax into that, as if there's the word efforting, like there's a lot of efforting, and you don't need to effort because the good is flowing into you. But for some reason, at some point, you started thinking that you had to, like, there's more you have to do. Like, it isn't like I have to do this. Instead of just letting it come in, like the abundance that's already there. It's like you just let the flow of the water, like you turn around and you let the water come to you, and you say thank you, and you just let it come into you, and it becomes something you can then relax with, like just take a breath and realize it's all good that you have. It's all there. It's all there. And when you take that breath and you finally relax, then the efforting that makes it like this will stop, and you can just take it all in, all the good, all that's coming to you. There's such abundance.
Thank you. Yeah, something was touched when you were saying that. And I'm not really sure what exactly, but something was touched. Yeah, I'll definitely sit with it.
Yeah, do. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful gift. And what we might add in the channeling is, would you be willing to just stand there now and receive, to actually take it into a here and now action step? So can you feel yourself in that flow, and can you let it in? What's that feel like? To really just open your arms and your heart and your body and let it in.
Yeah, I'm getting chills. Yes, just allow it this moment. Thank you. Thank you. Council of 12. Yes, just allow yourself in this moment to feel the immensity of you. In this moment, feel the immensity of you.
Interesting. I can feel that, and I can feel also the resistance.
Uh-huh.
Right? Feel, just keep feeling into it. It's your practice. It's your practice to have the immensity come into you being greater than the resistance that you're used to, but that's okay because you're allowing it in. Yes, yes.
Allowing it in and letting it work you. Yeah. So in terms of the mentoring, you see how you can use your image and then have the person work with it. Like the door, we might go a little further and say, can you see that doorway in front of you? And how close are you to it? And what would it take to walk through it? So you move people into the image that's coming and work with it. And some people go, it doesn't work for me. You let it go. But very often, when we work with someone and they're at a portal like this, when you see a portal, you want to invite them to interact with that portal. So you could see the door. Can you approach it? Can you open it? What happens when you approach? So helping them incorporate it, it's more than information. It becomes internal change.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Hmm.
Thank you, everybody. And I would love some sparkles. Yeah.
Beautiful. Good. We have time for one more fairly brief inquiry, one more inquiry and fairly brief responses. Does anyone have an inquiry? Brooke?
So for one of my creations, Find Your Fire, which is the soccer creation, I'm there's a kind of a portal opening, and I'm trying to assess whether or not that's a good portal to walk through or doorway. And it has to do with collaborating with somebody that is basically doing what I'm doing, but doing it in an entirely new sport, and seeing whether or not this is I'm not quite sure how much like enmeshment there is, or if it's just like a mentor, or if it's just like a conversation, or really, because there are a lot of similarities there. So I'm curious to know that frequency of resonance for this creation, this collaboration with this person. I don't know if that's a short inquiry now that I'm saying it though.
Would you be willing to say their name so we can tune into their being?
Her name is Coach Nev, and her husband, it's called Blockout Academy.
Tuning in to your heart, to source, to your spirit, to your guides, what wants to get set. Marie, and then Jivan.
The one thing I see, Brooke, is when I look at this person's energy and I look at your energy and see how well they work together. The first question comes up is, can you feel equal to this person's energy? I see your energy sort of being lower and theirs being higher, and it's only what you believe, it's not true. You have beautiful, high, great energy, spirit. Right here, it's beautiful. But somehow there's a fear that this person may take over, or this person may be stronger in their beliefs, or whatever is going on for the two of you. So that's what I'm seeing. It's not a matter of whether or not you should work with this person. It's a matter of whether you can stand up in your personal power and feel equal to work with this person. Does that ring true or help you in any way?
Yeah, that rings very true. So I feel like even just reaching out to them, that I'm like looking up to them like on a pedestal. I'm like, I don't like that. But I also really like what she does.
Mhm.
And that's a really good reflection.
Yeah, because I find that it's important. If you're looking up at someone on a pedestal, in time, you're going to want to knock them down. So you want to be careful about that. What you want to do is climb up on your pedestal and be equal to the person, or lovingly bring them down to be equal to you.
Agreed. Thank you, Marie.
Thank you. Jivan, and then Juliet.
So what came up for me is that the question is not about to work with them or not to work with them. The question is, can you see clearly? Because the answer is within you. You know the answer. You don't need us for that. You already know. And this is an exercise of connecting to yourself, if that resonates.
Yeah, it does resonate. I think like I see a lot of resonance with these people, almost as like what people would say like soul fam. And like I have a lot of it, like the receptive aspect of this entire call, just receiving people, being able to see me, allowing people to see me, and like seeing that we're very similar in a lot of ways, and actually stepping towards that for a closer relationship in all things. So that does resonate.
But that's not the question. You know, this is the facts. What is your gut telling you? Because your gut knows the answer. And it doesn't have to do anything with the facts. What is your gut telling you? Leave the facts alone.
My gut says that it's a safe space to explore this and to be seen and see them and just continue to explore.
Mhm.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Good exploration. Yeah. Great. Juliet.
So what you have developed is like a baby, and you have birthed a beautiful baby that you've created from your own insides, and you're going to be showing this baby to new people. And so it's like, oh, what do I do? This is my brand new baby, and I'm going to show it to these people that are already formed and have created many babies. And they might not like my baby, or they might have something to say about my baby. And my baby's so special and so precious to me that I want to make sure that what will they say about my baby? But what you want to do is know that your baby's a good baby. And no matter what anybody says, it's your baby. And so you can hold that baby and love that baby and do whatever you need to do with that baby, no matter what anybody says. But if you remember that your baby is your gift to the world, doesn't matter what anybody says. You're just going to them and saying, hey, I have this new baby. What do you think? What do you think of my new baby? What do you think? Do you think maybe it might be kind of good? Or, what do you think? And you're just getting some ideas. And then you're going to take that information, you come back and say, well, do I want baby? What do you think? And then you're going to decide, because then it's like, then
Mhm.
That's a great analogy. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Great. Anything else? Olivia?
To continue on the theme of your uniqueness. You are unique, and what you're bringing into this collaboration is your unique perspective. As Julia just said, this is your baby. It's neither good or bad, and however everyone else perceives your baby, that's their business. As they say, that's their business, none of mine.
Mhm.
You get to share your baby. You've worked yourself all the way up to this point, and yeah, it is more than deserving of being seen. You are unique. You're more than deserving of being seen, and this is not a comparison to they're better, they're stronger, they're more tapped in, they have much more influence. It's more about you now showing up on that stage and knowing that you have an equal place in what you have to offer. So explore. It's wonderful that you said, I will explore, because your gut is saying explore, because there is a richness there that is waiting to come forth.
Mhm.
And in that richness, will there be shadowy aspects? Absolutely. That should be almost like anticipated, but not focused on. Because even that experience will bring you joy and kind of open you up even further.
Thank you, Olivia. That resonated deeply. I think the pedestal thing, like that kind of dissolved just through everyone's reflections. So thank you. And then just the excitement of meeting this person and look at my baby. And she's gonna be like, look at my full-grown child. So be like, how'd you do that? So thank you, everyone. That helps a lot.
Beautiful. The words we heard were at the beginning was that it's worth going down the path. You'll learn a lot, and don't give away your power. That you are the one serving your audience the way you do it, and that is exactly what you're meant to do. And then you learn from each other.
Mhm.
They'll learn from you. You'll learn from them. But your answers are inside. Yeah, you're the mama.
I am.
Yay.
Thank you, everyone.
It strikes us that when we compare ourselves to other people, we take an area where we feel a little weak and we take their strength and compare them. But we don't take our strength and compare it to their weakness. That judging mind wants to find our tender point and then their strong point, but they're not comparable because they're whole people too. And people are all weird. It's the design. They're all different. They're all unique. Yeah. So you stay strong with your unique expression. Stay loyal to your baby. We love that. The new sense of ownership, it feels like, evolved with this for you. Does that seem true? Good. Okay, does this feel complete? Thank you. Jano, we know you said you were still here and can hear us, so if you wanted to add anything, you could unmute your second person in here. So, dear ones, on the break, I talked to Jen, my marketing person. She would love to have any video testimonials. And what she's suggesting is she will stay late she'll be here after we work next time. So if any of you want to record it right after the finish of our session with her, you could. We'll stop this video and then start one for you. Or she's going to send you an email and you can find other ways to get in touch with her. It's really, really valuable to this work. And to do it while you're in the midst of the work feels really good. Okay. Any questions about that? And it'll give you practice doing videos. And if you do one and you don't like it, just say start over. She's started over with me many times. And just 2 to 3 minutes is plenty. What did you gain? What was valuable to you? What would you recommend? Beautiful. And Jano, I noticed I called you forward and I saw you in one of the pictures. Do you want to say anything?
And God, it's very distracting because my video is backwards and doing stuff, and I can't turn off that video. So,
Okay,
but I'm good. I'm good. I've just been listening.
beautiful. Thank you. All right. So, dear ones, it's a joy to work with you. Thank you so much. We want to thank and bless all the radiant guides and beings of light who've come to our calling here. It's a joy to work with you. We thank and bless and release all these radiant beings, including the Council of 12. We bless you, we thank you, bless each one of you. Know that you're particularly important to those who guide you. We care about you very much. So we bless you. We ask these beings that we release for the highest, clearest guidance to occur for each and every one of you, that you may walk your true path, the path of your highest destinies, with miracles of grace and ease and wondrous guidance and lots of pleasure and joy. Thank you, Evelina, your gift to this work. And we ask the realms of light to bathe this earth with so many rays of light and love that it awakens all beings to their divinity within, that they may come to live for more love and peace. Blessed be. Let's thank each other and unmerge. Thank you so much. Such beauty to witness your evolution. It's really a joy. So we thank you. We bless you. We release you. I release all your energies from my crown with love. Call myself home. I release you from my third eye. Call myself back. Release you from my throat. Call me home. Release you from my heart. With love, the love remains. I call my energy back. Release you from my solar plexus. I call me back. Release you from my second chakra. I call my energy home. Release you from the first, calling me back. And just pour your energy into your body vessel, all the way down to your feet, your toes. Reach up into your being, calling in your light, outline your arc field. All around, a beautiful bubble of iridescent light, all around. Asking the angels, if you wish, to fill the 4-inch layer of your bubble with angelic light. Nice cushioning of angelic light. Beautiful. And let's do Ah in the heart and Om up through the crown into your being. First, a long, deep breath. Ah. Filling with breath. Full breath. Full breath. Thank you so much. See you next week. Unmute if you want to say goodbye. And make time next week.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. I can't believe I'm one more session and that's it.
I
Boo-hoo.
Thank you so much, everybody. Have a beautiful day.
Yeah, you too. Thanks.
Enjoy the rest of your week. See you next time.
Thanks. Bye, everybody.
I can't stop smiling. Thank you all.
Yay. We're amazing. I love all we've gifted each other and all that each has received. It's really beautiful.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.